Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Neha and I run this channel and my blog, both called NehaBeauty. And I like to talk about the connection between inner and outer beauty and bring those two things together. So here you can find content about makeup, skincare, but also self-love, positive thinking, eating well, sleeping well, taking care of yourself from the inside and out. As you can tell from the title, welcome to 2018. It is a brand new year. And if you know me, you know that I absolutely love fresh starts and a clean slate. So there's no bigger fresh start than a brand new year. So I'm just really excited. Today I'm just going to be chit-chatting with you about my thoughts and intentions for the year. I do have a blog post that kind of outlines more of my concrete goals for the year, so I will link that down below. But I don't know, just grab a cup of coffee or some tea. I just want to chit-chat and say I cannot believe, you know, like everybody else, I can't believe it's 2018. Wow, that's just a really huge number in my mind. You know, the last few years have gone by really quickly, and I just wanted to share. This year kind of has a different energy for me. When I typically, you know, when it's the new year hits, I usually feel a lot of gusto and a lot of energy and a lot of momentum, like from the 1st of January. And this year, things, I don't know if it's just me, but the atmosphere just feels a little bit different to me. This year feels like it's moving slower, and it's more of like a fluid transition from 2017 to 2018. I feel that it's going to be a year about moving slower, and for me it's about doing fewer things better. Like instead of making a list of, you know, 25, 30 goals that are not really achievable, it's about getting really concrete around 3, 4, 5 of them, and then actually building the action plan to do that. I have a blog post that kind of explains that process too, so if you're in the middle of thinking about your goals, setting your goals, which you can do any time of year, by the way, I will link that post down below as well, so you can read about how to, you know, take your idea, take your dream, have a powerful vision for yourself, but then how do you actually break that down into daily, weekly, or monthly tasks so that you're always kind of inching forward towards that. I think that's where people get tripped up most of the time. I was talking with a friend of mine back east over Christmas break, and she said something to me that really resonated with me, and it's so at the front of my mind right now. She said to me, because we were talking about goals and what we want to do and what we want to achieve, and she said, I'm sick and tired, for herself, she said, I'm sick and tired of having the same goals or resolutions year after year after year. And I thought, whoa, that just really struck a chord in my mind, and it made me stop and think, yeah, you know, let's make this year about finishing it. Finishing your goals, and not just starting strong, but finding ways to make sure that you're following through all the way, and that when you get to December 31st, you know, now's your chance to visualize and think about in your mind, where do you want to be and what do you want your life to look like on December 31st, 2018. And it's really, really good to reflect back on 2017, but don't reprimand yourself, don't forgive yourself. I mean, don't be mad at yourself. Forgive yourself for the things that maybe you feel you didn't achieve or didn't transpire, and let that go. Let that go. Whatever happened last year, I'm sure that you put in your best effort towards it, and it's okay. It's okay. There's another day and another year to start fresh. So anyway, that was just something really cool that my friend said to me that I think set the tone for how I approached my goal setting or figuring out my intentions for this year. Okay, so I have got like 4 or 5 main areas where I have set an intention for 2018. And the number one thing, the first thing that is going to be, you know, my primary focus is really my health. And this year I want to get into the best shape possible. That's something that I think makes sense for 1 year. Ultimately, like my lifelong goal is to get into the best shape, you know, of my life and stay in that state. But that's obviously something that's going to be a multi-year process for me, simply because of where I'm at in my health journey. So what that means is, essentially, it's not about necessarily just checking off the boxes, this is very much a mental goal for me. I want to get back into the headspace where on a regular basis, on almost a daily basis, I want to make sure I'm putting in my best possible effort and having a real intentionality with how I'm looking after my health. So that's planning meals, sticking to those planned meals, you know, making good choices when I deviate from that, getting in my workouts. But again, I want to get away from like just checking the box, and I want to really be present overall and kind of enjoy what I'm doing, look at what I'm doing and change my mindset. I want to move away from thinking of it as something I have to do and start thinking of, you know, like taking care of yourself is really a form of self-respect and self-love. Giving yourself good nutrients, nourishing your body, getting good sleep, drinking plenty of water, and moving around a little bit every day. That's where I want my intention to move back into. And I very much started my fitness journey that way. So it's more like, let's return back to that intentionality. So yeah, overall, I want to really look after my health and kind of restart, re-energize that journey. The second thing that I want to work on is, of course, my blog and my YouTube channel. So the last couple of years, I have been working really hard at trying to get very regular with my content. But I haven't, you know, I had not yet found a setup or a system or a schedule. It's really about the schedule that worked for me, that helped me be consistent and still enjoy it and not turn it into like a chore and something, again, that I have to do. You know, if it's not fun, it's just not going to be worth it for people, I think. And I also feel that if you're not enjoying what you're doing, whatever that may be, you know, whether it's your, you know, your job or a hobby, that really comes through in your writing, in your videos, in your energy. So I want to try a few different ways to kind of get into a regular schedule. So on that, what is my intention for the year? So my goal is I want to write at least 2 blog posts per week. And if I can, try to do 3. So far this year, I've been really good and I've been getting in 3. Or at least 2, but yeah, at least do 2 blog posts a week and plan that out. And if I can squeeze in a 3rd one, go for it. But I'm telling myself that window so that if I can't get to that perfect 3, I still feel good about the 2. This is the mistake that I've made in past years where it was very much like an ultimatum, like it has to be 3 or it has to be whatever number. But yeah, my goal is I'm gonna try to do 2 or 3 blog posts per week, and I would like to do 1 YouTube video per week. And overall, I would like to really up-level my content and think through, like, you know, having a really, not like scripted set of videos, but have a good plan going into them, be a little bit more organized so that the quality of the content that I put out on my channel here and on my blog is something that's welcoming, it's inviting, it's friendly, and it's a place that people want to come and hang out. The 3rd thing that I want to do this year is make some sort of a career move. So I do work full-time separately from my blog and YouTube, and I've been in the same team and same role, the same position for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in March, at the end of March. And so I've been really happy. It's been a really good job. The team has changed a lot. My scope of work has changed a lot. So I would like to see if I can you know, step a little bit outside my comfort zone and either try to grow within the team that I'm on or talk to other departments at my same company and see if there's opportunity there. So I don't know what that's gonna look like. Ideally, it just depends. And but yeah, I want to challenge myself to kind of get a little bit outside my comfort zone and push myself this year and see what can come of that. Okay, and then the 4th thing, which is not the last thing, this is also super important to me, is focusing on, I don't know how to like describe this, but having more peace and calm, like a spiritual goal basically. And what this means is, how do I explain it? I would like to be more present. I mentioned that earlier in the video. I want to be really present this year and engage with whatever I'm doing. I want to try to do one thing at a time and not be multitasking all the time. For example, like half reading a book, half browsing Instagram while the TV's on, and there's rice on the stove too. Like, I want to slow down, embrace this movement that I know nothing about, that I'm hearing about, called slow living. And again, it's not to sort of participate in something that anyone else is doing. It's just for where I'm at in my life, it's time for me to slow down, and it's time for me to be more present, so that I'm actually making those memories and you know, actively engaged in whatever activity I'm doing. So I mentioned that for working out. Like, when I'm working out, focus on the workout. If I'm at the office, let's focus on work. If I'm at home and working on my blog, focus on that, rather than having my thoughts kind of distracted everywhere and thinking about anything but the task that I'm trying to accomplish in that moment. So what this will look like in the daily, in my day-to-day life, is I want to meditate every day. So I have been. I don't use an app or anything like that, or a timer. When I wake up in the morning, while I'm still in bed, while it's still dark and my eyes are still kind of not quite fully open yet, I just try to do some deep breathing. And then that will quiet down my thoughts and get me into a very calm state. Once I'm in that calm state, I like to do really positive affirmations in my mind. And that can be whatever you want them to be, you know, things that you want to achieve, and how you want to visualize your best self and living your best life. So you might say in your mind something like, I am strong, I am powerful, I have a voice, I am worthy, I deserve all my dreams to come true, I am worth taking care of. Whatever, you know, depending on what your goals are, you can tailor those affirmations to what you want to tell yourself, what you feel your spirit deserves to hear first thing in the morning. So daily, you know, 5 minutes of meditation every morning is one way that this will come to life for me. The second thing that I've been trying to do since the start of the year is stay in that calm zone and tell myself I will not let anything tip me over too far from that. I might tip a little bit, but when I'm having a reaction to something, or I can feel my thoughts getting grouchy, just slowly bring that consciousness back to the center. The third thing that I'm trying to do is gratitude at night, and I already have a really good habit of this at bedtime. I used to, for years and years and years, I used to write down things that I was grateful for in an app on my phone at bedtime, and it was called the Gratitude Journal, I think, by the Happy Tapper. And I think that they discontinued the old app. They came up with a different one that's got a lot more features. But after like 2 years, I just started, you know, doing it in my head at bedtime, just running through a list of like all the great things that happened today, or just the simple things. But even if you had a really bad day, I feel it's still a good habit to go to bed and just find 3 little things that you're grateful for, and they can be the smallest things in the world. Like, I'm grateful that I had 3 meals today. I'm grateful that I had fresh water to drink. I'm grateful that I have a house or apartment that I can live in. I'm grateful for the air I'm breathing. I'm grateful for the pillow and the blanket that's got me so snuggly right now. Even those few little things, over time, it will add up. And it will train your mind to start looking for those things to be grateful for all day long. And it's just a mental shift. So that's kind of a third way that this spiritual goal is going to come to life for me. And those are my 4 main goals, really. I have other things that I would like to try and do in the year, but I'm not listing them as a goal, and it's something that I have to do, and then if I don't achieve, then I'm upset with myself. So other things that I would love to do is I'd like to read some more books, get back into reading, and spend a little bit less time on social media. I also want to continue, you know, investing in quality time with my family, friends, and my husband, building memories, and investing in our home and taking care of our home and one another. But again, those are things that I'm going to try to just absorb into my daily, you know, how I show up daily in my life, and not make it like a goal on a piece of paper, because for me anyway, when I have a list that's too long, it overwhelms me. But yeah, I would love to hear what some of your goals and intentions are for the year. anything and everything. There is no goal that's too big or too small, I believe, so I would love to hear from you, so comment down below. And I think I'm going to wrap up this video. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well so that you know when new videos are coming. And leave me a comment down below if you have other thoughts or ideas or reactions. I love when I hear from some of you. So I would love to start having more of a dialogue. So that's it for this video. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful day. Bye!